The current world situation. Dear friends, disciples, and devotees, during this time of the coronavirus, when many are facing difficulties in work and at home, with this rapidly spreading man-made evil virus, I can assure you that one day, in the not-too-distant future, it will have run its course and have been eradicated by the descent of the Divine Presence. The most important thing is not to fear. For when we fear, we open the inner gates for negative forces to enter and do their evil work. Trust fully in the divine grace, and it will keep you in the hands of the Lord and the Mother, and you will certainly be protected. Even if you should be attacked by the virus, know that you will recover, for truly it is faith that heals. Here are 2 lines from Savitri. Silent and listening in the silent heart for the coming of the new and the unknown. These 2 lines from Book 1, Canto 3 of Savitri, the Yoga of the King, the Finding of the Soul, could well sum up the work we must do immediately. We are living at a time of great change, when the world is in upheaval, and the forces of destruction are desperately trying to delay the inevitable victory of the divine. Though we see on the world stage death and rampant terrorism, the sated coverage of horrific events on television and the internet, the fake news, the skewed reporting, the falsehood of the media. If we go deeper into ourselves, we can also see or sense the advent of the new world, which has descended here through the divine sacrifice of Sri Aurobindo and Mother, and is throwing up all the darkness without and within, that we may face with unflinching faith all that must and will be overcome by the divine grace and power. The Avatars. Sri Aurobindo has written, "All life is a growth of the soul out of the darkness towards the light." When Sri Aurobindo and the Mother were in their physical bodies, one could feel a special connection with the divine and a direct action of the force. We felt, especially in the early days of Auroville, the protection and help and guidance of the Mother, so strongly that even though the work was exhausting, we were without fear. Though it has long been posited that the passing of the Guru leaves a void in the disciple's life, can this be said of Mother and Sri Aurobindo? Is the force, the presence of the dual avatars, their action in and upon the world, any less now? In fact, no longer subject to the constraints of the physical body, their help is even more powerful, as is their global action. Mother has even told us to speak to Sri Aurobindo at the Samadhi, to tell him of our problems, our difficulties. We can speak to him also of our aspiration and our soul's offering. Mother has written, "What Sri Aurobindo represents in the world's history is not a teaching, not even a revelation. It is a decisive action direct from the Supreme. Since the beginning of earth history, Sri Aurobindo has always presided over the great earthly transformations, under one form or another, one name or another." This question was asked to the mother. It is said that Sri Aurobindo in a past life took an active part in the French Revolution. Is it true? Mother replies, "You can say that all through history, Sri Aurobindo played an active part. Especially in the most important moments of history, he was there, and playing the most important, the leading part. But he was not always visible." Trust fully in the Mother and Sri Aurobindo. Find within the faith that this world will be saved by the supramental action, and leave the world to their care. And remember that she is the magnet of our difficult ascent. From Savitri. This crust of ego, so subtle, persistent, powerful, and determined to uphold the status of the I, cannot be broken, cannot even be thinned by mental effort alone. It is clear to me that only surrender to the Mother of all our being, sincerity and honesty in revealing and presenting all our numerous flaws and deceits for her to purify, is the only way. Personal effort is needed until the moment the being is fully surrendered, but that does not imply that we are left to our own devices, for Sri Aurobindo and Mother are with us at every moment, aware of all our prayers, our failings, and our aspiration. It is not only the individual transformation we seek, but a collective opening and response to the supramental force that will and is accelerating the process of transformation and changing this earthly life to a divine life. With my love and prayers to all.